These are two different types of scrapers. This one's good, it has a tapered edge, so it's good for really small areas. This is good for larger areas. I have all of these available on my Amazon storefront under my favorite art supplies, so you can find everything there. This is a splatter brush. It's made by Freestyle Liquitex. This is great for creating splatters. These are my favorite brushes. They're called Raphael. This is a number 12, and this is a number 4. And the reason I like these is they're mop brushes, and a mop brush basically holds a ton of water, which is really good for watercolor, and if you want to use a lot of water without your brush drying out pretty quickly. This is squirrel hair on both of these. These are kind of expensive, but they're so worth the price. These are just really cheap. I love the size of these. I think this is a 4-inch, this is a 5-inch. Yeah, and the bristles are really soft on these. If you're doing like a really wet mark, this is really great because it doesn't show brush marks or brush strokes in it. And then these are stiffer bristles, which is really good for creating dry brush marks. This is Freestyle. This is 4-inch. This is 6-inch and 8-inch. Again, you can find all these on my Amazon storefront. This is a cement brush, and this is really great for a large swipe. If you're working on a really large painting, this gives great coverage, whether it's wet or dry. And it's just a really interesting, like you can see how thick it is. It's a really interesting brush, so it's nice to play around with that. And then I will show you a little bit more. This is a ceramic tray that I use for painting a lot. I have 3 different sizes. This is the smallest. It kind of goes up in the middle and like down around the edges, which is really nice because it allows the paint to pool in this part. You have this area to kind of like get some of the paint off your brush, and then you can really load the brush. These are scrapers that I love. This one is called Catalyst. It's a rubber scraper. It's nice because you can use this really short edge, this edge which is rounded, or this wider edge to kind of push paint around. This is a pastry knife. It's really good on canvas. On paper, it's so sharp on the corners that it can actually scratch the paper if you drag it too hard. So you just have to be careful, but this is a really great tool for spreading paint, and it's also a good tool for cleaning paint. If you have stuck on acrylic paint on a table, you just spray it with 409, go like this, and it comes right off. And then this is a squeegee, which is made by Speedball. This is an 8-inch. This is really great for moving paint around. It's a rubber edge. You can use this side of it to kind of stamp, and then obviously the squeegee part to move it around. I use rollers. It's also called a brayer. And then this one is really small, which is really nice, even on large areas, because then you have more control over where the paint's going. This just gives a really interesting texture to the painting. Vine charcoal, I really like. It comes in a tube and it's really soft. You can break it apart like I did to get smaller pieces. It's not too hard, so it can go on the paper really lightly, like a really light mark or really heavy. And I just prefer this over the compressed charcoal. And it's nice that it comes in this too, because you can store it where it doesn't get everything full of charcoal. These erasers are awesome. It's a retractable eraser. This one is a little bit more of a finer tip. This one is more of a wide tip. You can see the difference. And then I also use this eraser. I don't know how to say that, Staedtler, but this is a really great eraser too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions.